Hello everyone, Solar here. And before I get on with the video, I just want to apologise for not putting out any content earlier in the week. Unfortunately, I've not been very well, and as such, it's slowed down my ability to actually get in game and get some content out for you, so I do apologise. Now, I do have a question for you before we begin. What sort of content do you guys enjoy watching? Do you prefer the long videos, which are extended situations, like it's going to be in this video? Or do you prefer the shorter clips, the more action-packed ones, where maybe I'm doing arrests, traffic stops, pursuits, that sort of thing? If you could let us know in the description below, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. No worries.
Thank you. You just open this door for us, please.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, what's this gentleman here for?
Hang on, fella, stay out here. Stay out here, fella. Hang on. No, it's quite yet. So this bloke here, he's been arrested for vehicular, for causing serious injury by.
Alright, one sec, let me grab a clipboard. I left it in here. Alright, so causing a serious injury through driving, was it?
Yep. So this is, we found a ID card on him registered to Ryan Amplify National Insurance number 44107. He's been arrested for causing serious injury by dangerous driving. The necessity for the arrest was to prevent his disappearance as well as the general population. Pretty much the scenario from the start was we were outside Mission Row responding to a panic button by.
You skipped a bit there, sorry.
Sorry, we were responding to a panic button by PC Vinnie Hanna outside of Mission Row when a cement truck with this person as a driver came and crashed through the centre of while we were on the pavement, mounted the curb.
Okay.
At which point we've then driven off. At which point we've discharged our firearms. His vehicle was pretty messed up from the initial collision, but I've discharged my service rifle into his tyres to try and stop the vehicle immediately. At which intervention has occurred. We've asked the driver to get out of the vehicle. He stepped out of the vehicle compliantly, and he was arrested at that time for the causing serious injury by dangerous driving. That's the situation for you, Sarge.
Okay, mate. So, based on what the officer said, I'm satisfied that your arrest is lawful, and as such, I'm authorising your detention here so we can obtain evidence from you by questioning. Whilst in custody, you've got certain rights and entitlements. You've got the right to have a solicitor present should one be available. Do you want to try contact a solicitor? Alright, cracking.
This man here is a solicitor.
No worries. What's your name, mate? Just so I can make a note of it.
It was something Solomon. Hang on, let me check the directory.
Solomon, okay.
It is Solomon Goldstein.
I'll give you my ID.
Yeah, if you could, mate.
There you go, good sir.
Solomon Goldstein. Okay, I'll just make a note of this on the paper. This solicitor, Solomon Goldstein. Okay. You got the right to food, drink, or medical aid. Do you require any of that? Do you require any of that, mate?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Okay. You've got the right to have someone informed that you're here. Do you want anyone informed that you're here?
No, that's alright, don't worry about it.
Okay. And finally, you've got the right to have a written copy of the codes of practice in your native language. Do you require that at all?
No, English is fine.
Okay, no worries. So, just a few more things. I've got to do a quick risk assessment with you, so I'm going to have to ask you a few questions. These are completely confidential. It's just to ensure that you're treated well and we can provide you safety whilst you're here. Okay, mate?
Yep.
Okay. So, do you have any dietary requirements?
Sorry, your voice broke.
Do you have any dietary requirements?
No, but plenty of donuts would be nice.
Or any
I
allergies?
always have them. No, not that I know of.
Okay. Are you taking any medication at the moment?
No.
Are you dependent on drink or drugs?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind being drunk right now.
Yeah, but are you dependent on them at all?
No.
No? Okie dokie. Do you have any medical conditions I should know about?
None that I'm aware of.
Any mental health issues?
Nope.
Okie dokie. Just making a note. No. Okie dokie. Right. So, what's going to happen? My colleague's going to just quickly search you, okay? Yeah, could you give him a search on the section for a pace, please?
Yeah.
We'll grab him in a sec, fella.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
That's been skewed in custody, then we can do that. Right, alright, fella, I'm going to search you in accordance with what the officer said, section 54 page. If you've got anything sharp blades to tell me about that you may have gained before you came into custody.
Nope. Not unless you planted them on me.
I can assure you that I don't put anything on. Do you want to take the search record, Sarge?
Just let us know if you find anything, please.
Nothing of any interest. 19 cash, 4 bags of crisps, an ID card registered to Ryan Amplify, 4 oranges, a radio, a phone, and 4 glasses of water, or 4 bottles of water. Sorry.
Come on, bud. Let's take you in.
Right, no worries. I believe Sal
Never
wants
drive your
free if you
car
want to
now.
take him through.
No,
Thank you very much, Sarge.
Okay.
Do you want to be present in the interview?
I'm usually a good.
If you want me to present, I will be present.
Perfect. Right.
No worries. I'll just go see if there's into room 3 as well for you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, yes.
No worries. I'll just file this away.
Yes.
Ryan is when the interview starts. Let's get it going. I'll explain it all as we go. Thank you very much. So, interview commencing at 18:31 on Friday, 27th of August, in the presence of PC Nolan Y 4874, Polar 1384, and would you mind the suspect? Would you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, Ryan. And
What's your surname? Sorry, Ryan.
Ryan Amplify.
Thank you very much. With the legal guidance of, if you would mind introducing yourself, please. Would the solicitor mind introducing yourself, please?
I believe it's just in his head. I believe it's Solomon Goldberg.
All right, Brian. Okay, so you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may give evidence. Okay, do you understand this caution?
Yep.
Perfect. You have been offered legal advice, and obviously you've taken upon that rights. Are you? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Ryan. So pretty much, you're currently under arrest for causing serious injury by dangerous driving. I'm going to ask you a few general questions. We'll then move on with the in-depth questions. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Obviously, we did interrupt you to begin the recording initially when we initially came into the room. So, would you, if you want to continue, or just start that again for about your previous experience?
The other incident was the officer Stewart just had several people attacking him. He shot everyone, and the other copper just decided to speak to him like really disgustingly, and said you should have used non-lethal. And then everyone decided to attack that senior officer because of how he spoke to Stewart, and everyone there at that instant liked Stewart. And I was pretty much the only person arrested for the assault of the senior officer, and then I was let out about 15 minutes later with a warning.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that Stuart assaulted the senior officer?
No, I did.
You did.
I did. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I
and
was defending Stewart in it, and yeah.
You were dealt with at this time in accordance with.
Yeah, he
obviously UK
arrested
law.
me for assault, and then I was let out about 10 minutes later. once I
What
got
was
back here.
the result of this? Was it
Warning.
NFA or a
Just
police
a-
caution?
Yeah, it was just. I don't even think it was. It was literally just more of a.
Informal warning.
Yeah,
Okay. Perfect. Whenabouts was this incident?
I don't know, weeks and weeks ago.
So
It was a while ago.
okay. All right. So Ryan, I'm currently for the DRR. I'm just having a look at Ryan's current profile. So your record is generally pretty clean. The only thing is two. I don't.
Voice box broke.
Sorry. So the only convictions are the 2 speeding fines, which were onwards of a month ago, for the result of, if my maths is right, £342.
Oh, okay, I didn't
So-
actually even know that. So,
Okay. Well, I'm just obviously informing you now that you do
Yeah.
need to get those paid.
yeah.
So, general questions. Oh, just a few general questions about your whereabouts.
Okay.
Sorry, just give us a second. Let me sort myself. So whereabouts are you about an hour ago, Ryan? Maybe even less than that.
I was on my way back from Sandy Shores. Me and a friend literally drove past the Aztecas Park,
God, look how stupid I fucking look.
and
Shane, where's the where's the gallery of
they
modern
just
art?
didn't even like us being there, and just basically
Right.
beat me and my mate up, and then put us.
What's the idea?
After the medics dealt with us, we were on our way back.
Where's the gallery for modern art, Shane?
And
The gallery,
once
Yeah.
it's close to City Hall, mate.
was
Yeah, it's on
also
Howard Avenue.
delivering off
Why,
some
what's up?
cement, and
I'm going to
yeah,
the auction.
Okay, so
Why
because
you
of
going?
COVID and whatnot.
No, this is just what I wear to come and talk.
okay, so where were you on your way to?
It was over down by sort of the truck depot, but I went
Howard
through
Avenue.
via MRT,
Okay.
Alright.
and then
So
yeah,
you-
brakes just failed.
So your vehicle, what vehicle were you driving at the time?
That's cement truck.
The cement truck. Is the
Yeah.
cement truck yours?
It's company.
It's a company car. Okay, what company do you work for?
It's a construction company. It's got a funky name.
Sorry?
It's got a funky name. I don't even try and pronounce it anymore.
Okay, are you insured to
Yes.
drive this vehicle?
If it's somewhere
I
near,
believe so.
they'll be
I
able to
was
see
told
it.
so. But
Is
no.
let me represent him
Oh,
here
it's
for
on
a
there.
Okay,
little bit.
did you conduct your checks at the beginning of the day?
Yeah,
And do you have a
the-
written record of this?
No, there's no.
Do you
written
mind if I
record.
represent my client for a little bit?
So when you're, are you, is your license valid to drive trucks of this type?
As far as I'm aware, I've
Okay.
was not told anything otherwise. So
Right, okay. And have you got driver records of your time whilst driving this vehicle?
well, they say there is, but I don't know because I mean a lot of things have had to be cut. So
Right, okay. How long were you driving this vehicle for?
I don't know. What, as in like time limit?
How long were you driving
don't know.
straight on, back to back?
Yeah, it's generally just sort of drop the cement off, and then 9 times out of 10 you just sit there. Can be 20 minutes, could be an hour.
Okay, how
Yes.
long have you been doing this for then?
Short time.
Can you give us a rough time scale of how long you've been at work today for, doing constant
Oh.
work?
A few hours, not long.
When you say a few hours, is this 3, 4, 5 hours?
Just about 2-3 hours.
2 or 3 hours, okay. And I'm assuming you're getting paid for all this work.
After the job's done, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So obviously you say that your vehicle brakes have failed. You don't have any sort of record of your daily inspection.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Can I just interrupt here?
Of course.
So his employer, I know him quite well. His name is Colin. I don't know if you're familiar with Colin. He's
Would you mind?
he also owns
Sorry, was that you? Your
he
voice
also owns the fishery up north,
Colin
northwest.
Forrester. Yeah,
Yes.
I've
Yes, that's
known
his
him for a while.
employer. He also owns a building company and a housing company here in the city.
Mhm.
And he was hired to my client here was hired.
Mhm.
And, as you know, this COVID pandemic, there's quite some problems with keeping up with costs.
Mhm.
And Colin, the fellow, he decided to cut costs on the inspection of his vehicles.
Okay.
Now the question here is, should Colin be liable? Should my client be liable?
It's your client's job as a driver to conduct their daily inspections of the vehicle, as well as the company's liability to ensure that they are conducting these checks. At the end of the day, it's down to the driver to make sure.
See, my client here, he's he's work a job. Do you think he has the money himself to repair this truck?
It's not down to him to repair it, but it's definitely down to him to report it.
If he has reported it several times to his employer, and the employer does not decide to pay for the truck, and he still has to feed his family, my client that is, what is my client supposed to do?
That would be, obviously, when you do your vehicle defect checks, you would be required to declare immediate things that need repairing, as well as long-term things, future things that may need repairing.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. My client reported it several times to Mr. Collin, and nothing has been done. Now, my client, of course, he's a little bit in the fault as well because he drove the vehicle. But I think my
Sorry, your voice just skipped a beat.
oh Jesus, what did I say? So yes, my client declared it several times to Mr. Collin, and of course my client is a little bit liable as well because he's the driver.
That's what we're saying. Has he
But,
conducted his daily checks with a defect sheet? Obviously
But you
required
know
by law.
what it is with these with this city at the moment, because of this COVID pandemic, all of the lower class people are being dealt with, and not the companies themselves, because the business owners are receiving the checks.
Well, unfortunately, it is UK law that a driver has to fill out a vehicle defect sheet at the beginning of each day. This is done regardless of the size of vehicle or the company. This is UK law.
Yes, but that's what I'm trying to say. My client did this, but the employer of him does not want to act on anything.
Does the driver have any sort of records? As I said, it's required by law that at the beginning of the day he fills out a vehicle defect check signed by him.
My client leaves it with the office.
He leaves it with the office.
Yes.
He has no sort of paper trail of this.
Oh no. He leaves it at the office and he completes his job.
Right. Okay. So with the time, I'm just going to have a quick check on the evidence. If you just give me 1 second. Vehicle pause. Interview pause at 1842. That evidence there. My question relating to that evidence is in regards to you driving off. You've just ploughed through about
I was
three.
pulling up around the corner. In my defence.
What was that, sorry?
I was gonna pull up around the corner. I wasn't necessarily driving off. Yes, it does look like that, but I was.
You were what? Sorry, you were pulling up.
Yeah, I was pulling up around the corner.
Would it not have been best to just stop the vehicle?
I mean, I wouldn't exactly say it was exactly the greatest place to just leave a cement truck, but I do understand what you are saying.
Okay. All right. So, you later claimed after you claimed that earlier on in the interview that your brakes were failing. Surely that reversing maneuver proves differently to that. As you managed to reverse and stop almost like a 6-point turn. One could say that a 6-point turn would be impossible without the use of brakes.
I do understand that, but experienced drivers also would be able to do that without having to clutch a brake. They would be able to do it all full of clutch work.
All just from clutch work.
Yeah.
As I'm a level 1 qualified driver, the highest qualified driver in the highest qualification that the police can gain. The sergeant next to me, I'm sure, is a very experienced driver as well. Would you say that the manoeuvre without the use of brakes
at low speeds, of the speeds that the truck was driving at? Yeah, you could do that all full.
You could do it easily with the engine. You could just brake with the engine, and you could.
I can tell that, and I know that can be done. My brother's done it.
Would it not just be safer just to stop the vehicle?
I was going to pull it up around the corner and then come back. That was my plan before, obviously, I got pulled out of gunpoint, which is fine. And
I think we're going into circles here.
Sorry?
I think we're going into circles here. It's best if we go on to the next question.
Okay, perfect. So, obviously your vehicle, you claim that you haven't got any defect notices. I believe that it's probably best for a break in the interview here to, as well as I will try to make contact with Colin, as he is a person that I have made contact with in my police career before. And I'll obviously confer with my sergeant, as well as I'll allow you two to confer on further.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect. Interview paused at 18:51. At 18:55.
Okay.
In the room.
Okay. Based on the based on what it says so far, I just got a question for you. So you mentioned earlier that you were all defects you note down, you hand them into the office. Is that correct?
Your voice is broken.
So all defects, you note them down your daily check sheet and you hand them into your office. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Did you notice any defects when you're doing the check today?
No, the defects don't cover brakes or anything really. They basically just say to roll the vehicle forward, sort of like 5, maybe 10 feet, and then stop. If it stops, the brakes are good. That's how they say it.
Sorry,
Okay,
for the record,
okay.
please tell them why it is leaving the room.
And then
Oh.
it's general damages on the exterior of the vehicle.
Okay, when you did the roll forward test today, what did you notice?
It felt normal to me. Didn't actually feel any different to start with. It was only late into the day that I started feeling something different within the brake pedal. And then that's when I realised. And when I actually realised, it was too late to do anything about it. And I thought it'd be safer to go up curb, and I saw people at the last minute because there was cars in the road. So I thought it would have been a bit safer. And that, as soon as I realised, it was too late.
Okay, at what
And
point did you...
then
Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, and then I was going to pull up round the corner and then go back once I realised what happened. But by that point, I was already pretty much in cuffs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, at what point did you realise there was a problem with your brakes? How long before the actual incident?
Probably about 30 yards.
Probably about
Because there was a
30
red light.
yards.
There was, as I was approaching the red light. It was a red light, went to slow down, and the vehicle just didn't slow down.
Mhm.
And then I swerved to the left, trying to avoid the cars that were at the lights. And then I was up the curb and it looked like one officer. It could have been two.
Mm-hmm.
I realised my mistakes and it ain't going to happen again. It was a complete... It's the last time I will be quitting my job as of whenever I get out of prison, pretty much.
Okay, okay. Right, you said you want to make a statement. Is that correct?
Yes, my client, he would like to express his regrets. Go ahead, client.
Well, I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's I realise my mistakes. It's not going to happen again. And, well, I was an idiot, and I mean, I should have probably noticed it a lot sooner, and potentially maybe done more in-depth checks. But it's definitely going to be the last time that happens. I do apologise, and I hope the officers involved. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. I put it to you, sir, that you committed a dangerous manoeuvre by mounting the curb there once you noticed your brakes were failing. You drove from a place of reasonable safety, which is
Hey,
roads.
voice is broken again.
Let me finish, sir. All right, I do apologise. So I put it to you, sir, that you committed a dangerous manoeuvre by mounting that curb there.
Mm-hmm.
The road is a place where vehicles are expected to be. You wouldn't expect them to mount what is a reasonably busy pedestrian area outside the front of MRPD, where people are often seen. Do apologise. Where people are often walking about is reasonably busy. As such, I believe it would be dangerous, and most people would know that that's a reasonably busy, crowded
I understand
crowd
that.
area. Do you have anything to say in regards to that?
I do understand that. I'm not gonna disagree with you. It's but my argument is in the side of it, as in case you didn't actually know this, the newer vehicles that come with a front emergency brake. I'm sure you know there's cars out there that have that built in. So if it picks up you're approaching something too fast, it applies the brakes and lock to the left and actually sends the vehicles up the curbs anyway. It's actually a safety precaution because potentially, if I had actually gone into the back of one of the cars that were at the lights, there could have been a little girl in the back of that, a child, and that could have been a lot more of a severe injury potentially. When the curb can actually act as a stopping mechanism for a vehicle.
I hate to interrupt, but could you guys lower your voice a little bit because we
Sorry.
can hear you and it's very hard to do anything in the cells.
Apologies.
That's true, but if you look at the evidence provided by the body cam, you can see there are actually no other vehicles other than the parked ones outside the front of outside the Mission Road police station. So there would have been plenty plenty of time for you to keep driving straight forward. Yes,
I'm
there
not
may be
saying-
red lights at the junction. However, that would have given you plenty of time. You can see how soon you stop after you set off again. So there should have been plenty of time for you to either notice that people have moved to the other side, or let
I'm
your
not
vehicle
disputing
roll
that.
to a stop of its own accord on the road.
I can't be bothered to even carry on getting my point across because it's not going in. So look, just charge me or whatever because it's clearly not. I've given my apologetics and I've given you my side, but not one officer actually gives two craps about it. So frankly, just do what you're gonna do.
No comment. Just say no comment. Just say no comment. Come
Apologies,
on.
I've just hit my limit now. It's not the first time that an officer has really cared
What my
about
client is trying to say here, he's expressed this plenty of times with his employer, Colin, and not a single time does Colin care for the safety of my client. I think this is very important to express.
That's fine. And Colin will be looked into as part of an ongoing investigation under the used cars permit regulations of the Road Traffic Act.
But that's fine. Then. So, any next questions or
any more
does that
questions?
conclude the interview?
I don't have any questions. Do you, Sarge?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Right, Ryan. I believe we've passed the. Sorry, one second. Apologies. I believe we've passed the full code test to go into prosecutions for causing serious injury by dangerous driving due to the fact that you have continued to use the vehicle regardless of you noticing a defect.
Okay.
Because of that, hitting some civilians and 2 police officers.
Yes, but
so
excuse me, did you not notice my client saying that he did not notice any defects?
did he told us earlier that you told us earlier that he did notice it and he had multiple times reported this to the
And then and then your sergeant sat next to you asked the exact same question.
Mhm.
Asked when I noticed it. I told him about 30 yards before I actually connected to anything.
Yeah, I think because I don't think the dangerous driving is applicable for that. However, what's going to happen is, mate, based on the fact that I believe you committed a careless manoeuvre by moving onto the curb. We will be contacting the Crown Prosecution Service and intend to report you for the question of prosecution for careless driving under Section 3 of the Road Traffic Act. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm a defence if you do not mention now, something you later on in court, and if you do say may be in evidence. Do you have to say in reply to the charge?
Okay.
No worries. What we're going to do, maybe we'll call you just going to step out. We'll finish up the paperwork, then we'll approach you when we come back in when we've come to a conclusion. Okay, mate?
Yes.
I will terminate the interview now. Interview terminated at 19:03.
Okay, mate. So what's happened today is we are going to be charging you with the offence of careless driving contrary to Section 3 of the Road Traffic Act. Because of this, you are going to be receiving a sentence of 100 months imprisonment. I apologise. So you're going to be receiving a sentence of 100 months imprisonment, time served, as well as 3 points on your driver's licence. Okay.
Okay.
So what that means in effect is we'll be adding the 3 points to your licence, and then you'll be free to leave. Okay.
Okay.
No worries. We'll sort out that paperwork, and then do you want to escort him out my custody block, please?